I said I would not revisit, but to much fanfare on the YouTube channel, we are going to beat the game, or at least I will try to beat the game. So, buckle up for the parts of the game that I'm not as familiar with, because we cleared the parts I was familiar with, and we're heading right into the volcano. So we're gonna be playing some Pacman World 2. I don't necessarily know how much more time is left. Oh boy. I know there's not too much left to do when it comes to Pac-Man's adventures in the new world. But, we can switch to Sly later, potentially. Let's see how this goes. Okay, there we go. I do like... Okay, there's some Dig Douglases. Oh god. There were some Dig Douglas. Oh god, there's some Dig Duggers here. Get away. All my pack flow is ruined because I had played some Pac-Man, right? I was feeling the vibes. I had the physics down. But now, you know, I was on a winter hiatus. But coming back into Pac-Man, you know, it might be tough. We're facing challenges unforeseen, such as this one. There are Douglas Diggs around here. I actually don't know what their actual name is. Because Dig Dug is the titular character of that game. These are not him. They have a name. I know they have a specific name. They're like kind of like a Namco-y mascot thing. Oh boy. Almost like the Shy Guy of the Pac-Man-averse. Or the Servbot head of the Capcom-verse. If you know what I'm talking about. Okay. Oh my goodness. I have 0 health. Oh my... I'm dead. The bloomin' shot out at me like a bloomin' onion, and I was instantaneously vaporized. Oh my gosh. Wait, do I have the apple? Okay, not that it matters. I'm not... Whoa. I'm not really about those collectibles. Okay. Okay. Douglas P. Man. Or Pac-Man, for short. He is... That is rough. There must be a better way. Okay, so... I thought you could do the air thing to cancel your momentum in the air, and I think you can. I don't know how to cancel your momentum. Yo, it's the life of Orb, back at gaming. Yo, it's the life of Orb. There he is. It's the life of the party, everyone's favorite guy, Packed Man. With his turn on a dime physics. You know what my favorite part of platforming games is? Turn on a dime physics. But not your dime. Okay. Why do his steps sound moist? Man, why are your descriptions getting weirder and weirder? Well, you see, Pac-Man is a game. It's a game. Does that make more sense now? That should clear things up a little bit. That was a rough jump, by the way. Also, yeah, so, like, this game... Oh my god. This game gets way harder from this point on. Now, I had mentioned previously... It makes even less sense. I had mentioned previously that I would not play this. I would not return. But on the YouTube channel, the Matt Fondude YouTube VOD channel, there was a pack addict. There was a pack rat, I would say. I would call them a pack rat. It's not worth getting. They cried out. They said, Matt Fondude, please continue Pacman World 2. So I am here to answer that call. And I'm going to try to beat this game despite it getting kind of hardish and other factors of it. Also, it gets hard and then it gets kind of dumb because there's a point where there's an auto-scrolling, there's like a big auto-scroller submarine thing. Also, I'm not gonna go back for that. What do you think I am? What do you think I am? Some sort of person who games? Some sort of gamer? They were begging and pleading and crying. Pac-Man is just a giant cheese wheel if you think about it. Like, he kind of has that energy going on. He's got the cheese kind of vibe. Like the wheel, like the Pac-Man life's look kind of like a wheel of cheese. I would say. It kind of fits the aesthetic. Wahoo! Hope everyone had a nice holidays. I mean, there's still the new year coming up. But hopefully people had some nice holidays going on. Whoa. I was on a little bit of a stream hiatus because I was away from the old computing station. But now we're back and we can do some streams, which will be very nice. I also, during the process of the holidays, broke my glasses again. My glasses don't have a little, like, they have, like, the invisible rim on the bottom, but it's basically held together with, like, a single piece of string. Like, that's not even a joke. Like an elastic kind of string, and, I, like, vaguely hit them with my foot. Like, I didn't step on them, I, like, kind of hit it with my foot sitting down, and it just shattered. Like, the lens popped out, and that had happened previously. Okay, looks like I can shimmy across that ledge. But I'm taking the pack least traveled. Oh, this was a mistake. This was a horrible mistake. You don't even know how hard I'm shaking my head right now. Who came into this Pac-Man board meeting and proposed making the next game a Tomb Raider fantasy? Okay, so there is Pac-Man. Oh, was this even the right way? I feel like that's the wrong way. Whatever. There is Pacman World. Oh, I'm so dead. Oh, I don't know how I survived. There is Pacman World 1, which is on PS1, I think. I'm going the wrong way, aren't I? No, I'm not. Boots up League of Legends. Oh, God. There's a Pacman World 1. I believe it is on PS1. And I played it for like 2 seconds, and it was not really similar to this. It was very strange. 2, this game's actually pretty cool and has stuff going on. 3 is weird. I think Pac-Man talks in 3, and I think he talks like he's like, "Oh, I'm Pac-Man." I could be wrong, but I think he talks and has like, or he talks and he's like a child, or he's like, "Hey, I'm Pac-Man." I can't remember. It's either one of those two extremes. Or maybe he doesn't talk at all and I'm just remembering it wrong. Uncharted stole ledge climbing. That's true. I can't believe Uncharted would do that. Oh, okay. Hi, bruv. I'm Pac-Man, innit? It's me. I'm Pac-Man. That's what I'm talking about. I'm playing Pac-Man. I've completed the level I did. Everybody loves me, I'm Pac-Man. Did I not save? I think I just did not save. Oh, that is a pack steak right there. Okay, we're gonna have to beat the next level and try to save. When you grow older and wiser, you look at the clock and you realize you don't have the time to play unless you want to feel like crap in the morning. You'll regret haven't played all the good games. What a good show. You see, this is 50% a good game. The other 50% questionable. You've got Chapman. His name is... do you know in the European markets, he's actually known as Chapman. Because he's a good old chap. Okay, there clearly seems to be some sort of button puzzle here. Some sort of button buffoonery, if you will. Okay. I was correct. There was some buffoonery going on. Wait, I'm immune to that with my metal power, my metal ways. So, these ghosts remind me... Oh, I guess I'm dead. These ghosts remind me, ow, of the Ape Escape, monkeys a little bit, in their personality and how they have stuff going on. I'm what you call, screwed, because I needed that metal power-up to, I believe, get across this cave, unless I can be cool, but I'm actually a god at Pac-Man, and I use the speedrun tech to get across there. You see, that's called overcoming obstacles, and that's what we're all about here. A rev roll should be able to get across this gap, and you know what? It did. Alright, let's go through the pizza. Oh no, Pac-Man! Also, wait, I could just, again, just do that instead of going through the pizza. Avoid the pizza and go over the wall. Yeah, I do not want to get lost in this sauce. I can tell you that for a known fact. Once you get lost in this sauce, you're not coming back. I kind of miss, like, this era of platformer games that are kind of based on weird properties. I mean, Pac-Man's not that weird of a property, but just like movie and TV tie-in platformers, which I was thinking about, they do kind of still exist. Maybe not platformers, but like, they're still making like a Cars racing game when those come out sometimes. I just don't buy them. Pac is short for platforming and cheese. That's true. Did you know gaming? Did you know that Pac-Man's original name was going to be Puckman? Or something like that, because he goes like Paku Paku. But the creator, John Pacman, was afraid that the school children in the bad prefecture of town... Oh, wait a minute. In the bad part of the town, we're gonna vandalize the machines and make Pac-Man say the naughty word. Puckman. Now think about that. Wouldn't it be funny if instead of Puckman, something else was there? Use your creative mind to think. What other funny word could they have been thinking of? Anyway, this has been Did You Know Gaming? Pac-Man. Originally, Pac-Man was supposed to be a Italian plumber. But then Mario came out and, you know, well, Mario was known as Jumpman, right? Because of all the jumping. But then Pac-Man was supposed to be the Italian plumber. But instead they went with a slice of pizza because the creator, John Pacman, he was eating a pizza at the time, and the pizza grease spilled into his notepad and formed a perfect circle. And he went to show the creator, he went to show the programmer the circle, but he ripped out the page and it made a slice in the page, and that's how he ended up with Pac-Man. Did you know that? That's the story. Pac-Man was actually originally supposed to be blue, but that was changed because it was it wouldn't do well in the European market. I'm going to die. I'm alive. Because blue is a sign of cowardice. And yellow means good health. Okay, this jump right here. This jump right here is very bad. And there's a way of doing it. Wait, there is a way to do this where you can stop your momentum, I think, from the rev roll. I need to figure that out, like, now. Is there a way to stop my momentum? Because look at what the rev roll does when you press the buttons to move. I remember this distinctly being terrible. Okay. You just gotta be perfect. This might honestly constitute... It's unholy to say, but this might actually constitute the save state, if it comes to that, because I don't know if I want to be playing this level 100 times, because when you game over, you have to, like, restart checkpoints. Wait, perhaps I could make this jump. Wait, I think that is doable. I think that is honestly safer than doing the intended way. Because look what happens. I have to, like, be perfect. This might be a brother moment. Now, I'm gonna see, can I walk? This is a test. Can I walk on this? You start rolling immediately. Okay. So I might have to, I'm gonna make a chaotic leap. I'm gonna make a chaos leap. Okay? Across the Great Divide from this angle. Okay, on return. I missed the chaos leap. Okay, we're gonna have to go for the rev roll. I don't know how we're gonna do this. I have to admit, this is what I feared from playing Onward. This level, I knew this jump was here. This is what I had feared all along. Was making it to this point. The point of no return. Like, what is that? What? Why? That's when I press any button, by the way. When I press a button to move, that's what happens. You fling in that direction. I'm thinking maybe pressing no button at all. No button at all might be the move. Maybe I need to look this up. I will say, I'm pretty sure there is a way to stop your momentum that I don't know, and I looked it up. I'll try this one more time normally. Okay, that was me holding right, so maybe I need to hold, or actually if you hold down, you like fling around. One second, I have to look this up. Is there a way to stop your momentum? In Pacman World 2, is this possible? Because this jump is truly, truly awful. Wait, can I do a shortened one? Wait a minute. Does that affect it? I don't know if it does. There was a way of doing this. Okay. Okay, wait. You're taught. Okay, in the 4th level, you are taught how to stop in the middle of a rev roll, and I remember that you being able to do that. So let me see. I missed that. How do you do that? Because that will save us all the time in the world if we could do that. Stop. How to do a rev roll stop. This is what we need to know. Movement I have to pull up the movement tech guide. Okay, rev roll jumping, which is for speed running. Okay, some of this is speed running. Oh no. Alright, Yo Harms, thanks for stopping by. Let's see. Press X to jump to stop in the middle of a rev roll. Jump to stop. That's what I've been trying to do, and I thought that's what you can do. Alright, well, I'll try it again. Okay, that might be good. We might be okay. So, I swear to you, I've been trying to do that, because I know you can do the kick and stuff like that. It is still a little wonky. It's still a little bit wonky. I think we can do it. Okay, you know what? Not as bad as I remember, because I think I didn't know how to do that. This part, I do remember that happens. You have to be, like, good on that jump. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. You will slide to your doom if you have to, like, slide up. I'm now watching my own stream. I need to not. There we go. We're okay. The pack experience continues. Same pack time, same pack channel. Okay. Let's try this again. We got this. I have to like hit it at the perfect apex of my jump. Oh, I did some sort of glitch there to survive. I don't know what happened there, but whatever. Alright. I almost died right there. We can get by this. I have faith. Oh, I have less faith. Okay. I had less faith there. I cannot lie to you. I'm just already screwed. Why? Why, Pacman? Why must you do this? I played this, okay, when I played this when I was younger, I got here, and I made it no further. This is, I have played past this, I will say that. It has been done. But, when I first played this is where it ended. I couldn't even get to this jump right here. Forget it. This jump, this is like that's like a future playthrough issue. Okay, we somehow were barely able to survive that nonsense. Alright, give me the metallic pack ball. Hit these. There's caveman block boys. Who knows what they do? Little small boys around here. Oh god. No, he's pushing me. He's gonna push me into the lava. Okay. No, we're okay. I thought he was gonna push me into the lava. Okay, that drained. Do I... Oh no. Did I need to come back? Did I need to come pack this way? Oh, thank god there's a float me to the end button here. That would have been awful. Also, I just have funny Sea of Thieves mod as my go live notification. Pack is back and on and cool. Pack is back and cool. The Packmeister General is in town. Everyone's favorite game. I do like this game. Ow. Despite getting punched in the face with an icicle that's a stone. It's a stalactite or mite, one of the two. But it just sounds like a icicle. Because that's what it was based off of. Oh god. Where's the jump pad? I almost just died immediately. Where's the jump pad? Oh, I see. I must rev roll across. As I was taught earlier. Excuse me. I don't trust like this. I really don't. I really can say. Okay, the camera, interesting. I really can say I don't trust like this. Now I know this makes you jump. I didn't know it made me jump so far across. We're introducing new mechanics in the last like 2 seconds of the game. Okay. Also, there's a fireball here. I can't afford to get hit. I can't afford to be getting hit right now. Wait. What? Is that just a forced hit? Are you serious? What? Interesting. Alright. Can I get across? Can I jump and like not fall into my death? I guess we'll have to think about it. Oh god. The rev rolling is just so scary. Okay. I didn't jump all the way across that time. Oh, we're gonna be revisiting this level probably momentarily when I die horribly. Oh, Pac-Man. It's at least this is like one of the last platforming levels. They become, well, okay, that's not true exactly. The last world of this game is kind of wacky. wacky man. Okay. Let's avoid the mist. It looks as though that I can climb. I guess I can get to that one space that has the melon. Can I jump across? If I was to go over here, do I just fall? I feel like if I go over there, I'm just going to fall to my death. It looks like I can, like, somehow, like, barely avoid it by jumping across. But no sane human being would ever think to do that. Not like I just did try to go around, but like just barely I can maybe fling myself at a proper direction to avoid the insta-kill. Now you see the problem with this section is that there's many things that instantly kill you, and it's very finicky. Also, do note that on the previous playthrough, we basically didn't really die all that much, and now we are dying quite a bit. Okay. Avoid the fire. We really don't want to take unnecessary damage here. We're on like our last legs. Okay. Let's wait out. We'll wait out the fire. Hey, the good thing is we do have the level. Ow. We do have the level memorized basically at this point. I'm not playing your Pac-Man bonus minigame. Oh god, look at that life count. Yeah, I got that nice 0 lives. Whew. Okay, there's some more. This level is also like 12 hours long. If I jump out here, I'm just gonna die, I feel like. Yep, I just got hit. I didn't die yet. Do I really have to climb back? I thought there was like a... I thought there was a pellet that would send me back. Let's play Volcanic Panic once again. Alright, let's do it. At least we, at least at this point, we kind of know what we're in for. In terms of, this level's existence. Oh wow, I could actually clear that jump. I didn't think I could jump all the way over that. I didn't necessarily need to do the rev roll, but I mean the rev roll on the wall, not a bad option. Not a bad option. I misread that. I didn't read the sign that tells me to do that. I was not paying attention. Oh no. Literally tells me to do this. Not looking good on the whole health situation. Oh god. I'm smacked. Oh, this level. This is the Blockbuster level. This is the Blockbuster Presents. Please don't return our game. Please rent our game again. The level. You know? Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes your levels gotta be like that. Okay. That like is like the most 7-Eleven looking color palette, like the green and the red. All right, let's head back carefully. Do you guys have any games that are like this where you played them as a kid? They're like intentionally really hard just so you wouldn't beat it because they're pretty short. And this happened because like there's a lot of games like that, especially like old games like that are just way hard. I mean, like the NES is notorious for having games like that, but even like this generation, like PS2, PS3, I mean a PS2, like GameCube, had some of that going on. Here we go. Probably could just... Ow. There we go. See, at least, you know what? We learned. We learned from our previous attempts. We're doing a lot better. Although, this jump I am scared about. But it looks like if we go with that angle, I can climb up it safely. Alright, let's just hit these guys. Hit these fellas. Make sure they don't attack me. Alright, here we go. Also, it's funny, I was playing Sly, and I mentioned this before too, but like in that game, I am playing the PS3 version, and like, it's so weird to me that the boss fight I just had done, the rhythm game one, it's desynced for some reason on that version. I don't know why. It's just such a weird thing for it to be desynced slightly. And that's, you know, not fun playing a rhythm game that's desynced. You know what's weird, and this might be just the way I played it, but I was playing Parappa the Rappa, and I had never played it, and that game has like weird, like, it's a rhythm game, but I don't think it's like, I think it has weird delay, like when you click a button to when you know, do it. I think there's like a delay or something. It feels weird. Like in a rhythm game, you'd think it would be super responsive. Also, what was that? That, I guess I'm dead here. Goodbye, world. Oh, physics. I thought I got the checkpoint. Did I miss the... I guess I missed the checkpoint over here. I mean, it does, that's... Oh god. I was gonna say, that doesn't matter too much. I should've just went for it. Oh. Alright. That is scary. Like, that jump alone. I think I did miss the easy way out of this section right here. I think there was a section, I think there was a way of doing this without having to go backwards through here. I'm gonna pay more attention this time to see where that area was, although I think I might, I could potentially have to come back through here. Luckily, I've realized how to do that nonsense. I'm probably gonna get hit right here. Oh, no, I was able to avoid it. But, like, think about it, though. Like, other games on PS2, right? You're playing, like, I don't know, Ape Escape. That's kind of like a obscure game, I guess, in terms of the library of the PS2. And that game is, like, way more, I don't know, at least Ape Escape 3 is way more, like, fun than this. I don't know, for lack of a better word. This is not that bad. It's just frustrating. Like, especially if you're younger too. Like, this was not great. Also, I didn't get the melon, which I think is... Oh no, that was just the mini game. So yeah, I do have to get back here. Okay, let's jump up here to not die, hopefully. Isn't there another one over here? Like, also, what is this camera angle game? I would really like to see, yeah, I would really like to see that just hit me. Or like this jump at all. I don't remember if there was another fire up ahead. Oh, there is apparently down there. Okay. I have like no health. I can't see. That was a complaint of this game, though. It's just the camera was kind of not great, because it goes like fixed camera sometimes. They should have just let me they should have just let me get back from here. Like, they shouldn't have made me have to walk all the way back here to then horribly die almost right there. Okay, we did it. But that's besides the point. These levels, the difficulty spike is monstrously high. Also, you know what? It really wouldn't be bad if I had unlimited lives. The fact that I have to, like, restart is a little rough. Wait a minute, this is... Oh my god. I didn't think that was gonna move. Alright, we're out of here. We're out of here. No, no, no time to mess around. We're out. Imagine going for 100% on this. That would have been awful. Yes, we would like to save. Oh, please, save. I think I played this and it, like, crashed and it didn't save on that level. And I had to replay it. Alright, we did. I think there's, like, literally, maybe... I think that might have been the only level in the fire area. And this is the boss? Or there might be another one. I think that might be... Is it the boss now? Okay, no, there's another one. I think there might only be 2 fire levels. Or something like that. Something of that effect. Because, they didn't have any more time or whatever. I should look into what the story behind this game is. I always say that it's like, oh, they didn't have the money and the budget, whatever. I don't really know. I assume it is a rushed kind of thing. Just on how it's set up. It feels that way. But who knows? Someone does, probably. I should probably look it up. Alright, Pacman. I don't know if this helps me all that much. Or it's... I don't know if this could be necessary, maybe. Ah. I think I might have to hit you. So this, I think, was necessary. Yes, it was. I really like those enemies. They remind me of, I don't know if anyone has played the Lilo and Stitch, like, I think it was on PC and, like, PS2, and I think they were a little bit different, each version. But there was a game, and in that game, they had, like, a fire tiki, or not tiki, they had, like, a stone golem monster boss, which I always liked the design of, but it was always kind of weird. Because, like, why would, like, they have, like, what do you do for enemies, I guess, in a Lilo and Stitch game? It's weird that there's, like, living fire rock monster. Okay, we have the pack platform now. The pack platform has appeared. Where it has appeared? Couldn't tell you. Probably over this way. I would assume. If this game didn't have ledge grabbing, that would be shameful. Like, at least there's ledge grabbing. So they're a little bit, like, less, you know, they're forgiving on certain jumps, which is nice. However, this camera is making it a really tough. Alright, see, speaking of forgiving, let's jump on the cheese platform and head into this upcoming zone. Oh god, there's a bunch of cavemen. We have more cheese platforms. Oh god, I panicked. Okay, by getting hit by the fireball, I think it gave me invincibility to not die there. So you know what? Nice. We take those. We take those. I don't know what is over here. Let me just grab these guys so they don't murder me. Get the heal. Oh yeah. Heal up. Maybe have a little bit of safety with this metal, unless this is insta-kill lava. But this might be okay. Okay, that was good. Wait a minute. Look at that. We got whatever this is. I don't know if this was progression or if this was just a bonus or... Oh. Interesting. They come back now or they didn't come back? Also, I have no health. Okay. Caveman. What? Why did that guy appear out of nowhere? Okay, I took him out. Wait, they're coming back. Oh, they reform. They also made a little bonus game, which is kind of cool. I didn't know that. Also, I guess you could go backward. Wait a minute. Okay, now I'm even more confused. I think I need to go this way. Okay, I do. I don't know. Interesting. I'm at the whim of the game at this point. I'm gonna go where I think I need to go. Let's grab you. Okay, I am now walking backwards, which is... I'm assuming I need to go this way. Wait, why? Okay, this doesn't make sense. Why did I just go fully backwards? Maybe it is. Alright, I'm just gonna trust the game. I'm gonna trust that maybe I have to go all the way back to the beginning of the game, of the level. Maybe that was the gimmick. That doesn't sound right. It doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right. Maybe it is correct. Don't know what that did. I don't think I have much of a choice either. Okay, I don't know how that happened. I guess we'll go back from the checkpoint. I was probably doing the wrong thing anyway. Okay, well if it stood me this way, I need to get across here. Then maybe I was doing the right thing. Oh wait, is this like a new path? Ah, I see. I missed the pathway that was over here. Well, there we go. I shouldn't have even went for it. I might have to go for that though. I might have to get the... Sometimes they put like plot critical items in the chests that you need to open. Although, I don't think so in this case, because there is... Look at this. There's a little bit of this going on. Okay, well maybe... Okay, maybe they do. Yeah, they do, but it was different than I had originally thought, because there was platforms. I almost just died and cried. The classic combo. Okay, I think I'm gonna probably have to, like, do I have to go backward? Who knows? I think this was... I thought it was mistimed, but we're okay. Let's kill the spider. Bruh. I just want to see it get smushed. Oh no, spider, get away. This reminds me of like playing RuneScape and going into like KBD and having like this, like running through like the lava maze and like having the spiders there that like poison you while you're trying not to get ganked by some dude in full salad robes. Any RuneScapers in the chat? I had a free membership to RuneScape, this for Prime Gaming recently, and I had a free membership and I didn't play as much recently because I didn't want to really get into it, and I didn't want to get into it again and then want to have to buy membership. But just saying those words out loud is like, I want to play the game. But no, I have too many things going on and too many games that need to be beaten and streamed to play an MMO, although I'm very tempted to play Final Fantasy XIV again. But I've said that I want to at least beat 7 before I get into that. At least I should beat that, because I'm pretty far in it. Yay! Okay. Oh boy. It's like the part in Mario, but more scary and less fun because you're gonna die from physics. Alright, let's go. Like... Okay, at least that was nice to me, and it's somehow broken. Oh god, what is happening? Where do I need to go? Someone help. I don't know what's going on. Oh, this part is something. Oh, this is not the part. This is not the part. The controls are so weird because it's like it's relative to where my position is. So I'm like, oh, it's real weird. Okay. Ah, this sucks. This sucks. How am I supposed to do this? Okay. Okay, I somehow made it. Oh, there's more. Wait. Okay, I think that might be the end down there. This is terrifying. Why is the rim? It's so like, it's such a smooth lip. It's just, it's not enough to make me feel safe. It makes me feel less safe. Oh no, I'm not gonna do it. We're right here. We're at the bottom of the level. I have 2 lives left. We got this. My palms are sweating. This game makes my palms sweat. Like out of like nothing else. Oh good, the camera broke that time. The camera just decided to be broken. It woke up and chose violence that time. That's so bad. Alright, let's play the level again, boys. Woo! Let's play the level again once more. Again, we now know the level a little bit better, so we can go a bit faster, but still that was the end of the level, I believe, right there. If I just got down one more set of those, I think I would have won. Which makes that suck. I cannot lie. I don't know, like, I think these levels at the end here kind of make the game, like, you can play the beginning stuff and have a lot of fun. These kind of make the game not, like, I don't think I would recommend this game for people to play. Like, I really don't think it's the Game of Thrones of the TV show of video games, where it starts off really strong, and then the ending is like so kind of rough that it's hard to recommend to anyone to you know, get themselves into it. Like for example, that happening to me right now. That was something. At least there's a one up here I could farm. Well, not farm, but just, I guess, every time I potentially die in this segment, I can grab it. That was a big sheesh. The camera right here is a little rough. They could just have made that work a little bit better. Would have helped. Okay, at least we know to dodge him this time. Oh boy. We know to dodge Jad over here. Really looking like a RuneScape, someone from the Jad fight, the fight caves. Really looking like fight caves over here. Man, I got RuneScape on the brain. Now I'm gonna want to play it. Although I had my chance. I had the free days. Did I just screw myself over? I really hope this just let me. I hope this doesn't. I honestly thought that this game was gonna just make it so that if you grabbed that, you would just fall to your death. I had thought that was just about to, I thought that they were gonna do me so dirty like that. That would have been too much. Like, that would have been like, okay, come on guys, really? There we go. Okay. The thing is, you know what? I don't want to use save states in my time in life. I don't really want to be using save states, you know? Back in the day, I feel like everyone was using save states in videos and stuff like that. They were, you know, doing that. But it's like, it kind of ruins some aspect of it. I mean, there's certain things where if it's really dumb, then yeah. Like, I kind of like the idea of really playing it as intended. Same thing with kind of like, same thing, but a little bit different approach, but like mods for games. Like, I find that like games like Skyrim and stuff like that, I want to play without mods for the most part. Now, and like I think Skyrim, the re-release they did with the like enhanced edition or whatever. Skyrim, not whatever the, think, is it called Legendary Edition? Whatever, the one where they fix the water a little bit to make it less terrible. Like, I can play that and be happy. I don't really need mods, although I've used, like, the Skyrim UI, like Sky UI and stuff. And the unofficial, like, patch. Like, that stuff, I think, makes sense to use, you know? That stuff isn't, like, too crazy bad, like, affecting the game. But, like, I don't know. Mods are weird, because, like, I never end up having, like, an authentic experience, I feel like, with a mod. I guess depending on the game. But, like, if I put a bunch of mods in Skyrim, I just will want to put, like, the fun I have is finding mods and putting new mods in, and not actually playing the game. Like, I'm one of those people, and I know a lot of people do this, where they download like a ton of mods. They'll download like 50 mods, and you'll literally spend all day on the Nexus looking, tweaking, getting all the mods to work together, and like doing all the enhancements and all that stuff. And then you don't actually, like, you play the game for 2 seconds. Maybe like post. Maybe if I like did everything in those games, then I would want to do mods. But like, that's the thing. I never end up doing like everything. Okay. I see you, Spider. Oh, I might be dead. Yeah, I waited. They time these out to like the femtosecond. I need to be on them like the perfect exact second, otherwise you die. I don't know what they were doing with it. Like, it has to literally be, okay, we don't want people to beat the game within the rental period or whatever. Let's make it weirdly really hard toward the end. Well, not really hard, but let's make it harder than it should be toward the end, like the difficulty spike. Although they are giving me an extra 1-up here. They've given me 3 1-ups this level, which has been nice. This part sucked when I died earlier. Also, this part right here is this part is I don't like this part. I cannot tell a lie. I must say. At least there's a checkpoint. At least there's like 2 checkpoints. It doesn't control like you would hope. It's like if you put a marble down like a chute and you had to blow on it left and right to move it. Like that's about as accurate as I can get with it. It would appear that left and right are actually moving left and right isn't actually that bad. I'm also surprised how I was able to make it past this particular one. I might be able to rev roll. Okay, let me think about this. I don't know if this is worth using a life for. I might be able to just rev roll down there. That almost worked. And that might work at the final part. Let me try to go down normal here. And then on the finale bit, right here. I think I can. Okay, it's over to the right here. Okay, I was able to just do it normally. Is this the end of the level? Okay, I'm not gonna... there's a rev roll jump here, I believe. Okay, that is the end of the level. So, whew, I was right there, but we did it. We did it. It was terrifying. We're gonna save, but we did it. Okay, I think there's a boss here now. We actually got a surprisingly large amount of the fruit, considering we weren't going for it. Okay, we have to fight, this guy. Wait, 1 second. Impervious to rev roll. We must fight this boss type once again. I remember this being tough. I don't... Okay, he's impervious to rev roll, so that means I probably have to jump on his head. Oh yeah, I see him over there. Oh, well. He's a little telegraphed, wouldn't you say? I do think if I get hit by these, they fling me off to death and I die in like a hit. I think I literally get flung off and instantly die. And there's fire. And the rev roll spots are a little scary. So, it's the perfect storm. Truly a masterful challenge for me. A Pac-Man fever, a Pac-Man head. Oh yeah, because that happens. Because there's no really good ramps. Oh, what a... This is gonna... This fight is gonna take a while, but at least it's a fight. Like, at a minimum, at least it's just this and not a full, like, level I have to redo. Why does it gotta be like this? He takes like 8 hits too. He takes so many hits. I couldn't even get I couldn't even get the pity one up. Is it even worth getting the one up? Cause like, I'm gonna have to restart this level from the beginning anyway. If I die. Big oof energy from these areas. You kind of have to like, oh, you kind of have to like go to the, oh my god, you kind of have to like go to the sides to avoid the bits. Okay, spit your flames at me and ignite random parts of the floor. You Pacman World to you. It doesn't, I'm gonna say, it doesn't get better from here. I'd just like to point that out. It really doesn't. Alright, let's go. This, truly the Dark Souls. Truly what, oh my god. Of Pac-Man games, even though Dark Souls is a balanced, good game. Truly the Dark Souls 2 of Pac-Man games, because Dark Souls 1's a good game. Dark Souls 2 is kind of eh. Dark Souls 2 is fun when you're playing with friends, and like, this is terrible, by the way. Can we just acknowledge that this is terrible? Like, just straight up. Just not good. Like, why? In what world do we make it so that it's like, let's put a little subtle cliff on each side that is like inconsistent? Why can't we put a big ramp that at least works? Instead of it being like kind of a shot in the dark if I'm even gonna like live. Also, there's just a piece of fire directly in front of my face. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, I'm starting to get a hang of it a little bit more. Time to turn up the heat. I think it's the same concept. I was trying to, you know what? Let's game over. I was trying to see if I think those count as checkpoints, by the way. So I think there is a reason to get the one up. So let's get the one up right away. I'm pretty sure they count as checkpoints when he does the text. So let's get that one up straight away. That way, because for some reason that one-up island seems to be a little bit weird in terms of me dying. Let's think about this. We've had our Pac-Man yelling at the game moment. But if we're gonna get through this, we gotta think about this. Because we have to get through it. Time to turn up the heat. Okay. I think this counts as a checkpoint. Or at least it refreshes. Yeah, it refreshes some stuff. So I see the 1-up. I'm not gonna go for it. I don't know what he's doing now. Okay, he's just going through. Oh, okay. That is interesting. In terms of me not dying, because I feel like I could very easily just get pushed off the cliff. Oh god. Now I know I think you can just stay on his head and like do a glitch thing. Okay. Where's the... Again, there's no 1-up this time. Maybe it was only the first phase. There's also only 1 life. So I'm not entirely sure what that's all about. Okay, there's a lot of fire. Jumping seems to be okay. I don't know if he's gonna stop moving or if I'm supposed to jump on his head. I think he might have to stop. Okay, I have to wait for him to stop because that was bad. I thought they were gonna play a cutscene, so I just didn't do anything. And I just fell to my death and died. Okay, we now know they don't play a cutscene on that. Alright, let's... for theory crafting here. Am I safe over here? Or am I less safe? I feel like I feel like I'm less safe. Yeah, no, this... Or maybe I am okay? I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I think I can ride on top of him and like stay on him and keep hitting him. I think that's what they do in the speed run or something, but it's probably hard and not really worth me trying to do. Since I don't got it, I don't play this game, I don't got it like that. Okay. I think I can just walk around as long as I don't step in the fire. Okay, now next checkpoint. You are harder to fry than I thought. Okay, there's a 1-up over there. And I believe there's healing over here. Let's grab the healing. Honestly, the 1-up kind of... Well, now I have to go over there anyway. I was gonna say kind of isn't worth it, because this feels wrong. I almost just died. I almost just tried trying to get the 1-up. Okay, let's grab the healing. I have to get over to this zone. Okay, whew, we did it. Now you've made me mad. Okay, the next phase, is it going to be the same as the last phase? Oh, okay. I don't know what, he's doing like a mixture of the moves now, ow. Oh my god. Okay, that sucked. Let's try this again. I also didn't get the 1-up. Let's just stay in the middle. Unless we have to go to the sides, because that happens. They couldn't make the ramps a little bit higher and not like the way they are, because it really does feel like a crapshoot. Okay. I'm hoping... Okay, now he's just doing straight on. I'm hoping that... Okay, he just goes down. I believe you can stay on top of him and do whatever, like I've said. Now he just triples, which is not ideal. Very much not ideal, I would say. On the whole me being alive thing. Is he dead? I can see the others didn't stand a chance. Stop taking my chances. Oh my god, he's still going. What up, please? I need healing. Oh my god, at least he just... Okay, well at least I got the one up. Alright, what has he got for me this time? 1, 2, 3... Oh my god, he's just mixing. He's just doing like 1, 2, 3, 3. Like, he's doing... Probably gonna do like 3 first. Now he's just 1. Now he's just doing 1s. He's just mixing up all of his movement. Okay. Is he gonna do this now too? The hardest thing of all is honestly getting those jumps and not dying. Doing the rev roll and having the game be on my side. What is he doing now? More spitting? Okay. Okay. Ow. Oh, I took dumb damage there. I took really dumb damage. Okay, they gave me a good jump. Oh, thank the pack gods that's over. We did it. We could spin and we got the golden pair. We did it, boys. We beat the lava portion of the game. We've officially made it past Blockbuster. And now, a part that I never saw as a kid because I'd never even made it close to beating that lava section. The auto-scroller. Welcome to scuba diving. It's this nice little auto-scroller, you know? We'll try to go as fast as possible. But as of now, how's everyone doing? Now that we've entered a more mellow part of the game, at least this part, how's everyone doing? We still surviving in the chat, and it's looking like what I said with like, oh, maybe we'll play Slide depending on how this goes. It's looking like that might not be happening because this game's still going on for a while. Also, this really reminds me of like Crash Bandicoot, a game that I also forgot that I haven't beaten yet. Crash Bandicoot 3 specifically. This level. Oh yeah, I think you can... I don't think I can go back, so I think you can literally miss the checkpoints. So let's be careful about that, because we almost just missed that checkpoint. I mean, this is kind of neat. I guess, like... I think it's a little bit lamer than a platforming stage, but after the lava world, I don't, you know, like, do you really want to be playing more lava world stages? Like, I think this is kind of nice. I know there's some roller skating that comes up later in the run, and that will be something. Depending on how involved that is, there might be one more stream of this game, and I might not finish it tonight. We'll see. Ow. As I walk into every mine. Let me just grab this checkpoint right here. But yeah, depending on how far we get in. Big oof. Everyone say rip to Pac-Man. Just got electrocuted. Pacman, more like big oof man. And that is the... Oh boy! Oh boy! That is so scary. It's so scary. Ah! I'm getting oofed. I'm getting so many... I'm getting oofed. Come on. I hate how the mines are heat-seeking. Or they're pack-seeking. You know what? I'm enjoying this more than the last couple of levels. I cannot lie. I actually don't think this is that bad. In a speed run, it's not good because, you know, there's not a lot of stuff going on. And in the speed run of this game, they can do some weird rev rolls tech. You can do some crazy stuff. Eventually, I get into a submarine, I think. I think this is it. Alright. We entered... Oh. Okay, Pacman's now swimming back. I don't know why I did that, but whatever. It's like we got all the way here just for him to leave. Okay, Pacman. I see how it is. You know what? I need to start taking responsibility for the games I stream. Because I've been chronicling them on a spreadsheet, which you can check in the schedule on the Twitch page. And I've been playing games. I've been starting a lot of games and not finishing them. And you know what? Sometimes you gotta finish a game. And I think I should get in the habit of actually finishing games that I start on stream before moving on, because I get too excited to play new things. I could at least have like 3 games at a time running, or like 2 or 3. Like, I could have 2 or 3 games running, but I should probably beat them, you know? Let's just take a quick look. Maybe I could have a segment where it's more of a quick look situation, where I can take a look at a game. I'm dead. I could take a look at a game and then decide if I want to continue streaming it. That way I won't have as many like ongoing games. That might make sense to do in the future. Whoa. Eels. You just swim on the ocean floor. This game reminds me of the Finding Nemo PS2 game. I should play that. Speaking of games to immediately not play ever again. I actually bought it, so I had it. That was a game I rented, and I got stuck at a part. I got stuck at the part where, if you're familiar with the movie of Finding Nemo, you're in the fish. Nemo is in the tank with like the shark bait. He's in the tank with all the dentist fish. And I got to that point in the game and I couldn't figure out how to do something, and I'm sure it's clearly like stated in the tutorial somewhere that I just didn't pay attention to. But I would like to revisit that game because I think that game isn't actually that bad. I think it's like considered decent-ish. That would be interesting to revisit. I actually bought it recently. It's hilarious. There's a place near me. It's one of those retro game shops, and if you've ever been to a retro game shop, there's like 2 types basically. So it's like a retro game and repair shop, and I've been to ones that have reasonable prices, and they clearly have like an online presence or whatever. I've been to one that has like actually like I would say below online prices, so you can buy them in the store. Like, and it's actually reasonable pricing on games. Now this place is a big upcharge place, and it's really funny because there's a lot of antisocial kind of people in that store, and I heard one person asking the guy straight up, why do you overcharge for your games? Which is a little, I mean, it's true. He's charging like $30 for Finding Nemo on PS2, and he has like multiple copies sitting there, and also I missed the checkpoint because, yeah, and I can't go back for it, and now I have to replay to the checkpoint, which is very stupid. Yeah, this guy is like selling Finding Nemo for like $30 or something stupid. Like, and he has like multiple copies, just like clearly not worth that. So and like he's the kind of guy who like is also, he's selling like Mario World for like $300, just like a loose copy of Super Mario World for like $300. Because I guess the clientele of that shop was a bunch of people during the pandemic, like older people who used to play games, got nostalgic, you know. They wanted to play some childhood games, so they're buying like NBA Jam for like $100 or whatever. So, you know, it's that kind of deal. Not a good price. Anyway, I went to a thrift store. Like, the same day, I went to a thrift store and found Finding Nemo on PS2 for like $5, so I picked it up. And thrift stores, you usually really cannot find anything of value game-wise because they're picked clean. I've had some good finds. At a used bookstore, I found Super Monkey Ball 2. I think it was like $20, which is, you know, not that bad for that game. About, I think, whatever it's worth. Ow. I got a copy of Jack 2, I think, for like really cheap, like $5 or something like that, or less, like one of those things. And I've been getting some PS2 games like that for a decent price. PS2 has been good. I really cannot find a lot of anything else. There we go. I always look. I bought a PS2 Fat. I had a PS2 Fat, my childhood one, which I still have, but I bought one for $20, 2 controllers with the memory card, PS2 Fat. It was steal. Couldn't pass up on that. I always want to buy like that stuff, and I saw like a Wii for like $20. I already have a Wii. I didn't need it. Like, that's the thing. It's like I always want to buy those consoles, but I don't know. I always try to buy consoles if I ever see them. But it's really rare. Like I have never seen like a Game Boy of any kind really in the wild. Like any handheld console I've like not seen in the wild. Because people kind of wised up. I don't know. They all sell things for like a cajillion dollars online. Also, now we're playing Gummy Ships from Kingdom Hearts, a game that I will have to go back to Kingdom Hearts 2 and beat, because we were pretty far along in that game. It's gonna be very funny to watch the streams back to back, because it'll go from being like garbage quality to like slightly better quality of my current standard. At least the format is gonna be a lot different. That'll definitely be interesting to see. Now, welcome to the Gummy Ship segment. Can I hold the button down to like lock on or something? Oh, I'm confused. Never mind. The Gummy Ship. Now, Gummy Ship in Kingdom Hearts 1, I don't know if I like... I think I like Gummy Ship in Kingdom Hearts 2 better than 1. I'm not a huge Gummy Ship fan in general. I think I like 2's edition better of it, because it's kind of like fixed angles, and it's kind of more dynamic. Like, it's fixed cameras, but it's more dynamic in like where the camera goes. It like flips around, and there's some interesting stuff going on. Like, there's bosses, and like it feels a little more interesting. Okay. It's like an oil. Don't hit like the oil pipes. Weird. Oh boy. My health. I'm just dead. Yeah. Then the like the handheld games, like the portable spin-off Kingdom Hearts games, also did their own Gummy Ship stuff a little bit. Not necessarily Gummy Ship, but like Dream Drop Distance, you like fall into like the whatever. I thought that was kind of nice. I didn't really like Dream Drop Distance that much. I didn't really like any of the handheld ones that much. Maybe like Birth by Sleep. Well, like the problem with those games was I played Kingdom Hearts 1. I liked playing with, you know, Donald and Goofy. I liked the simplicity of Kingdom Hearts 1. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 was out. Well, Kingdom Hearts 2 was also out at the same time when I had played Kingdom Hearts 1, so I had both, but I beat Kingdom Hearts 1 first. Now, Kingdom Hearts 1, I like the simplicity. Kingdom Hearts 2, I thought was cool because the characters, when I was young, I thought they were really cool. And I was like, wow, this is neat. And there's like a lot of stuff, and I was excited to see what worlds were added and all that stuff. And I liked how the story was going and all that. Now, the problem with the first like 3D, the first spin-off, which I think was 360 over whatever days on the DS. Well, actually, the first spin-off was Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance, which is not really even a spin-off. I mean, it is, but it's like plot critical to those games. But yeah, that was the first spin-off. I didn't even know Chain of Memories existed, and so I didn't play that at first. And then I had tried playing it later in life, and I played Chain of Memories, and I didn't like it that much. I just don't like the card game stuff. So I did that, and I was like, oh, these are cool. But 6 over whatever, however many days, couldn't get into it that much. It's just not having Donald and Goofy for some reason. It just like made it feel like way more empty. Plus that first DS games, like, I mean, putting a Kingdom Hearts game on a DS is pretty like rough. Like, that is pretty intense. Like, I should revisit that, and I believe Recode It was also a DS game. So there's Recode It, which is just kind of like a retelling-ish of Kingdom Hearts 1, but it makes it like a AI Sora, like a canon character or something stupid. Yeah, that's a little silly. I never really liked that one that much. What the hell did I got a gun? Okay. I got the pack gun. Well, anyway, yeah, that game, I would like to try again, just to give it a chance. I think their biggest opportunity was Birth by Sleep, which is actually pretty good. Birth by Sleep is a pretty good game, and it makes sense to why it's, you know, they have more opportunities. They had more opportunities to like do things with the PSP because it was a little more powerful. So that game's cool. But then there's Dream Drop, which I feel like should be cool because 3DS could handle it. I just didn't like the dropping system because I was playing that game and I got to the point where I was in a boss fight with Riku and I was about to beat the boss, and like one hit away from beating the boss, I dropped and had to switch back and redo the whole segment, and I just stopped playing. I literally just turned the game off and never played it again. Plus the game has like the spirits, and it's like, I don't want little spirit people with me, I want Donald and Goofy. But they weren't gonna get licensed or whatever for... I think there was like a weird license agreement with those games where like the mainline Disney characters like aren't really in the spin-offs. I don't know how their licensing agreement worked. And then 3 came out, and 3 like was overall kind of disappointing. Also, what is happening on screen right now is, I don't even know. That was pretty dumb. But yeah, this is the Kingdom Hearts podcast right now while this auto-scroller happens. But yeah, 3 came out, and I was kind of disappointed in 3. I didn't actually beat the ending of 3. I wanted to get the Ultima weapon. I was playing it with like friends or whatever, and they got bored. So I put it on hiatus and I didn't play it. But I wanted to revisit it when I beat Kingdom Hearts 2 on stream, which I think I will. Because I think if I played that game on critical mode, I might have a better time. I think the story was a bit disappointing, and the fact that it was all Pixar. Like, it was so exciting to have Pixar stuff. Like, that was like a big excitement. Like, oh, they're gonna have the Pixar, and it was exciting. I didn't think they were gonna have like basically only Pixar. Smart bomb. Oh. Clearly that was not a good time to use the smart bomb. Yeah, I thought, I was like, oh, I kind of want to have, you know, some of the other iconic places back. It's a little sad. I mean, whatever. Maybe Kingdom Hearts 4, I would like them to make that. That would be neat. Or like I know there's a DLC, which I have not played for 3. Maybe if they could do more DLC or something. I don't know, just, I want another Kingdom Hearts game. As much as I was kind of disappointed by 3, I would still play another Kingdom Hearts game. I don't know. I'll take even like a weird spin-off. But they can't really spin off, if you think about it, like, the only portable game on the handheld of the market really is the Switch, which is a console, technically. So, like, they can't really do a spin-off, you know? Like, it has to kind of be like a main series game. I mean, maybe they would do it, I mean, they could maybe do a spin-off only on Switch, like exclusive to Switch or something. But, like, a new main series thing would be neat. I mean, I can't complain, because they literally just came out with Kingdom Hearts 3. And it was, I think, a passable experience. Collecting a bunch of clams or crabs on the Pirates of the Caribbean world is dumb. I don't know, it felt a little soulless. Like, it was weird. I don't know what the deal was. Yeah, I'll save game. I'll save. But, Yellow Pack Marine. Amazing. Well on the sub. Oh, Pacman. All in one piece, I take it. Alright, we're almost on Ghost Island. How much more Kingdom Hearts talk can we cover? Oh, we're doing like a sub-boss. Alright, let's do it. Mega Whale. Big, it really is big, like, like, big, gummy ship energy from this. Got the big gummy vibes. Oh, they broke my smart ball. Hiya, hiya, hiya. Oh yeah, this is the thing where it's like unclear what you need to There's like a thing on this where it's like unclear what you need to shoot, I think. Also, I'm spamming. I shouldn't spam as much. I should, like, actually, you know, use the little aim feature and shoot them. Like, I mean, spam toward them, at least, like, actually trying to shoot them. I don't necessarily remember what thing I'm thinking of is, where it's like, maybe I don't shoot something. Here's the propeller blades. Which makes sense for me to shoot. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, and there was a health I should have grabbed. Well, these guys are almost dead. But I am dead. So, how does that work? Alright, well, at least they gave me like one checkpoint. I don't think this will be the end of the world, but whatever, we'll see. The worst thing is those health, they are giving me health, but I kept missing it because it was just fly right by my face. Oh my god. Like the base boost, everything blowing up. I think that was the check. Wait, there's the checkpoint. What? Okay, there we go. I had missed the checkpoint before. There it was. I'm probably gonna use the smart bomb. I'll use it now. Just because I don't think I can really use it against... Okay, I got another one. And another checkpoint? How did I miss 2 checkpoints? Okay, well, I tried to use the smart bomb there, but whatever. Alright, Mega Whale. It's time for you to get Mega owned. Mega destroyed. You know what? I'm having a lot more fun on this segment of the game than I was in the lava area, I gotta say. I take it back what I said about it being worse, for now at least, because I think the ghost area is not that fun. I think there's some annoying parts about the ghost area. But you know what? I'm enjoying this more than I was enjoying the other part. Yeah, I think I'm enjoying this dumb little boat fight. Yeah. Oh god, the propeller is hitting me. Oh god, I'm out of ammo. Oh no. I can't dodge. There's so many of them, I have no ammo. I just couldn't dodge them all. Okay. Ow. I gotta dodge the propeller when it like flies off. Oh god, for some reason the inverted controls are now just messing me up. Like, the controls are inverted, but I was doing fine with them until all of a sudden where I am now like My brain is now broken toward them. I don't know why that happened. Like, left and right is left and right, but up and down is inverted. Which made sense, I guess. I mean, inverted controls are a thing of the past, because they're silly. I mean, they can't. Oh my god, I got hit by the thing I said I was going to avoid. It makes sense for, like, piloting things, because you, like, go down on the throttle or whatever to go up. Okay, this end segment is killing me. This little end bit here. I just need to survive. I just need to try not to get hit here. If I can avoid, oh my god. If I can avoid mostly getting hit in this phase, it makes that end a lot nicer. So if I get hit a ton, alright, we can just avoid. We don't have to shoot them. If we just, like, go in a pattern in which we are constantly moving, which didn't work out for me there. I think I remember playing the Shark Tale game too. There's like a Shark Tale PS2 game, which I also like read it, which I think is similar to the Finding Nemo game in terms of gameplay. Which is funny because like I feel like Shark Tale was like DreamWorks' answer to Finding Nemo, but that movie's so weird. All right. I actually kind of like it. Oh my god. I take back everything I said about this being okay. It is bad. Please, just hit the fans. I don't know how I'm doing worse than I was before. That dude almost just like sniped me. Also, I think it... Oh no, I thought the propeller flew off. It did not. A propeller type thing flew off. Also, they just really start with me getting hit. Like, start with them, like, flying directly at me. Okay, come on. Okay, I think if they go off into the distance, they don't respawn, but if I hit something, they instantly respawn. So as long as I don't miss, I can spam the rockets. I think that's what's happening here. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. So I need to just, like, spam as hard as humanly possible in the general direction. Yeah, that's what I needed to do. And now I need to hit all these guys and make sure I hit them, otherwise I'm not gonna have ammo. Okay, I got healing back. Because now my rockets are now, if they take too long to blow up, I don't get them back. Okay, that's the tech we've learned. We've understood partial tech. Did we beat it? Hey, we got the golden banana. Ooh, banana. Ooh, banana. We did it. We got the banana and we're saving. Ooh, banana. We are now in the zone, the final zone. The haunted boardwalk. We're roller skating now. It's like ice skating from before, but spookier. I remember there being some difficulties at this point, at this juncture. I think I almost just died right there. It's kind of funny, roller skating is actually kind of distinct from ice skating. It has tighter controls. Ice skating was a lot slipperier. This is actually a lot tighter. You know, I feel like I would play a game that was just like this and like the ice skating stuff. Because because I think it is actually kind of unique to this series. Or at least, I haven't really played the third game that much. At least, unique to 2. The third game, I think, became a little, like, too kid-friendly, kind of. Although, I haven't really played it that much, so I don't really know. I've only played it a bit. Okay, I was able to actually recover from that, which is surprising. This level must be a nightmare to 100% though. Just based on what I'm looking at. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Updated face cam. Oh yeah, you know we have the green screen. I actually always had this green screen. By the way, just like to point that out. What's up? What's up, BPQC? BPQC? Gary Busey in the chat. No, what's up? It's been a while, but what is up? And welcome back to the stream. I've always had the green screen for like a while. I just didn't have the lighting, and I still kind of don't. Yeah, QVPJ. You might remember me from my other anachronistic name, QVPJ. I changed my username. I didn't like it. You know what? Big vibe. Waka Waka Smetanol is still here. I honestly thought you dipped when I started talking about Kingdom Hearts for like an hour and a half. I was just ranting about Kingdom Hearts while the auto-scroller happened. Let's get back into the game. Oh god. What's going on? It's become a long way since Marbles, my friends. Although we still do visit Marbles sometimes. And I think the more of a community we build, the more likely I'm willing to play Marbles, just because I'd rather play when we have a bunch of people that we all know, you know, together. Instead of trying to wait for people to join, and, you know, that can be annoying sometimes, where, like, if people don't join on, like, Jackbox or, like, on Marbles, you have to, like, wait. Oh, God. Anyway, now I vanish. Waka Waka! Goodbye, my friend. And, I'm starting to remember some difficulties from these levels, but at least I'm roller skating, and that's kind of cool. I like the momentum, even though it's a little tough with these platforms that are breaking every 2 seconds. Like, keeping the momentum right there is pretty tough. Man, do I have to really be afraid of this Ghost King man, whoever? He can't even afford, like, a boardwalk that doesn't just break under its own pressure. I don't know how I made that. I really don't know if I have much to fear from a man whose own, like, entire, like, world can't support itself. Oh, there's a checkpoint. That took a minute. Oh boy. Fire, fire, fire. Whoa! Here we go. You know what? Again, despite this, I know there's parts of this that are gonna be annoying and harder, but you know what? That one segment, the one with the stupid segment of, like, the lava, that really is a terrible part of the game. Everything else after that, as I say that, I immediately die, of course. Everything else after that has been, like, not that bad. That part really was just, like, pretty rough. Wahoo! Yahoo! Whoa! Pacman needs to wahoo. You know, that's what's holding him back. And I will say that I believe in 3 he does talk, which might have been bad. But Pacman, I would have appreciated a couple of wahoos from this long jump, being like, wahoo! Whoa! I might have went the wrong way. I don't think there is a wrong way, but if there was, that was the wrong way. Whoa! there is something to be said about like the speed of this being kind of cool, and this is pretty like unique. Like I think the closest is maybe like a Sonic. Like I don't think there's a lot of games that have like, you know, roller skating jumping action. Also, I lost all momentum right there though because of the thing falling, which is not ideal. That was always the thing about these, is they want you to go fast and they want you to keep your momentum. So if you do like lose your momentum at any point, you just are screwed. Which is not a great, I mean, that's fine and all. The problem being it's kind of hard to always keep your momentum. Without horribly dying, missing jumps like that. Yeah, I probably should have went the other way, although there, you know, there's a 1-up over here, so that might just be worth going that way every time, just to get the safety 1-up. Speaking of losing my momentum, jeez. I lost like all my momentum right there. I lost my identity. There we go. That's passable. Okay, we were able to do that. Hey, you know what? That was a fun level. That was a fun late game Pacman World 2 level. I enjoyed that. It wasn't too crazy. We made it through it. You know what? That was okay. Also, BPQC with the, like, permanent VIP. And you know what? That's okay. We got our VIPs are very important. Our very important people are very important on this stream. Okay, wait, there is a platforming level. I don't really remember this. Okay, there's a pirate. Okay. I do kind of remember this. From I had played this game somewhat, like maybe like I played this game like 2 years ago or something. And I definitely did play this. At least I did play this far. Alright, what we got? This might be one of those levels where you kind of need to collect some of the fruit for progression, so we'll watch out for those. I think I remember, there's something about this level that I remember not liking. I don't know what it is yet. But when we get, maybe it was the camera, but when we get to it, we'll get to it. I think there's a part where there's fire, which is scary. Like a return from the woodland level. I do appreciate how I'm able to just avoid these guys. Okay, they're giving me lives. They're being nice-ish right now. That is scary. But this game's being nice to you. You have to be a little bit worried. Okay, I'm in a maze. I'm in a Pac-Man style maze. I am a Pac-Man, after all. I'm in a Pac maze. That is, he is noted as a maze person who runs through mazes. Can we talk about these like Banjo-Kazooie looking skeletons? Also, I think I need to get this. I think I need to find the cherry in the maze. That might be what I need to do. Perhaps there is a cherry. Ow. This camera's a little, terrible. It's a little terrible, but maybe it'll be okay. Is there a cherry in this maze? I hear something. It's a coin. Is there a cherry? I'm dying horribly. Bruh. There might be a cherry in there. Who knows? I assume there has to be. One can only assume that there is a cherry because it needs to be used for progression. That is what this one is assuming. And unfortunately, we can't really do much about the camera. And we also just run directly into, oh my god, directly into dubiously hitboxed spiders. Okay, we're gonna hug the peripheral. Alright, this is where the token is. Okay. Perhaps. Oh my god, these spiders. I just have to preemptively jump. Yeah, because there's a spider right there. I have to have a no. See, like I knew. Like I know when these spiders are coming around at this point. I'm gonna look over here. Okay, I was gonna say I should check the skeletons because I feel like they could drop the cherry. And in fact, they did. And in fact, I will jump over here without any... I'm not even gonna look. Oh my god, why am I bad? Why am I bad at the game? That wasn't even the game's fault. That was me being just bad at the game. Alright, let's try this again. So we're gonna walk. We're gonna do our little... I will say this game innovated on being able to kick in the air. That's a great mechanic. I love that. It feels nice to do the air kick, and then when you break a box in the air, that's good. I think that is probably one of the best mechanics of the game, the air kick. I think they use it in his Smash moveset. Probably like an up air. I do not remember. I think so. There was a brief second where I was playing Pac-Man a bit in that game. Just a brief moment in time. Well then, there's another bounce platform. The Banjo-Kazooie looking enemies. Count the amount of polygons they have in one hand in this PS2 game. Here we go. You know what? This is considerably longer than I kind of remembered as a game. It's still a pretty short game. And it would have been... I think it would have been better to have more shorter levels. Or a little bit more levels that were like maybe easier. And then maybe have some difficult levels at some point. This part is where I think I got lost. Yeah, this is ringing a bell with the camera. Okay, Pac-Man just eating absolute garb right there, just eating his face. There's a token over there. I don't... Ow. I'm trying to land with a butt stomp to stop getting fall damage. Okay, I've received all the cherries. That is not going to do me any favors if I cannot receive the melon, and we've received the melon. Cherries have been activated. The melon has been activated. Wasn't there another? There was another chest. Now, this is where I believe I got lost. And now I'm just dying of fall damage. Okay, there's a skeleton over here. I don't trust him. So I must take him out. Is there a bounce pad? There's one down there. This is like a ghost house in Mario. I don't know where to go exactly. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzling puzzle. Okay, there's stuff over there. Look, there's platforms in the distance. Have I already been over there? I think so. If the camera would like to show me where I am... Oh, I'm about to die off a cliff. Thanks, camera. Okay. Is that where I'm supposed to... Was this where I came from, or is that where I'm supposed to go? I think that's where I came from. I would have to imagine that is where I came from. Now I distinctly remember getting lost here for a while. Maybe I go down here. Can I climb on the wall? No. Maybe it's one of those things where you can like wall shimmy. Alright, we can use our brain a little bit here. Oh, looks like there's stuff over there, maybe? Is there a path down here? I'm just dying from fall damage. Is this wall shimmyable? No. Alright, I'm gonna go this way again. I think this is where I came from, but I will try. This might have been the way. No, this is definitely where I came from. Look, there's pre-eaten pellets. Right? Well, I might as well look back here. Since I somehow missed, like, all these pellets. Unless they're trying to trick me. I think I might have jabaited it myself here. Yeah, no, we definitely, this is where we came from. Because we did the bounces, remember? Remember we bounced across and it was cool? It was spooky when I bounced. It was spooky when I did the butt bounce across the stage. It was creepy when I did my bouncing. Everybody got scared. They said, "You're so creepy, how do you bounce like that?" And I said, "I am creepy." I don't know what this bit is, but I also don't know where to go. Are you okay there? I'm not okay. I'm lost in my favorite video game. Pacman World. Wait, is it clingable? Oh god, I almost died. Is this clingable? Something must be clingable here. Or I just need to go this way. Do I have to have a leap of faith? I must have faith in Pacman. I must have faith in the creators that they made it. You can totally get over there, I think. But I just didn't commit. I think if I commit, I think I can get over there. But who does that? Who thinks to go there? Like, what? Who thinks to do that? I think that's what you need to do. Also, that is happening. Is that a one-up? Or is that a... I think it's just a piece of pack. Maybe that's not what we're supposed to do. Oh, I distinctly remember this level now, and not knowing what to do, and I still don't. If it is jumping out at anyone in the chat, do let me know. Because, I gotta say, it seems a bit cryptic. Okay, we break this. There's another cherry. Then we'll have all cherry. Anything in here? Let's examine. Examine the wall. Nothing... Do we have to drop down and shimmy somewhere? I feel like this all comes down to shimmying. Roll investigation, I wish. Roll investigation. I need a constitution save. After playing this game. I'm taking 1d20 of mental damage from playing this. There must be some weird mechanic that was like never introduced. A wisdom saving throw. I think I have to make that. I think that is... Which you failed multiple times. I think that is a jump I have to make. I literally think I have to make that jump. I'm going to look it up because I'm so unsure. I don't even know what this level is called. Ghost Island. What even is this level? Ghost Bayou. Am I even on this level? Ghost Bayou? I don't think I'm on this level. Let me check. Sorry, I literally, Haunted Boardwalk, okay. I mean, we did the Haunted Boardwalk already. Night Crawling, I think, is the level we're on. Okay, what do you do here? I am at a loss, I have to say. Okay, you jump across. I am here. Wait, am I dumb? Wait a minute. Whoa, the camera just like destroyed itself for a second there. Is there a ledge up there? I thought there was like, wait, I'm looking at the walkthrough now, just to see. Let me just peep this. So you get across. Let me bounce here for a bit. All packed off. Okay. So this is where I'm at. I think. Yeah, there's a platform. Okay, okay. You jump up the platform. Gotcha, gotcha. There's 2 spiders there. Here's the Pack Division wall. Okay. I'm watching. He's on the Pack Division wall. He's climbing now. He's probably gonna get the melon that I received earlier and the cherry that I also have received. But where do you go? Didn't you play this before? I did play this before, and I remember distinctly getting stuck at this spot and not remembering what to do and having to look it up, and then being like, this is dumb. And you know what? Wait. Okay. You know what? I was right. It is dumb. You have to do something really stupid. See that over there? I apparently frame perfectly missed it. That's what you have to do to get across. Just like to point that out. You know, just like to point that out. Just a really obvious thing you have to do. No, that's bad. Stop. Stop it, game. No. Bad game. Yeah, it was a frame perfect miss. No, Bro, why am I missing? He makes it perfectly in his little walkthrough. Oh no. Am I gonna somehow have to restart this entire level just because there's one jump that's like kind of bad? The answer may surprise you, or it may not if you've been watching the rest of the stream. Alright, we made it. That's very silly. Okay. We've been spending a lot of time in haunted bayous recently, this combined with Sly. We've been in a whole world of haunted, swampy zones. I don't trust these bats. One just smacked me in my face. The pack bats. The pack bats are up to no good. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you. I thought I died. I thought I walked off a cliff and died, but we're okay. I feel like I need to be hitting these skeletons because they probably contain the fruit in which I need to complete the level. The fruit in which I crave resides within the bones of my brethren. The fruit of all known kind lies within the low polygonal skeletons. They put like 700 of them there. We made it. Play. Yeah, I don't understand why the lava cave was so difficult, and this isn't, I mean, that part was kind of dumb at the end there. Also, I think this game just ends. I think I might have beaten the game, but I think it doesn't have, like, I think it literally just ends at one point. So look forward to that. Look forward to that coming up. Pacman, I've been expecting you. I'm the tree that steals things from Neopets, if anyone remembers that. My brother, the golden fruit tree, has been hoarding those golden fruit for far too long. Spooky told me you would be bringing them with you in some vain attempt, etc. I'm evil. My maze should keep you busy long enough. And I will spoil your golden fruit. Anyway, it's 3:30 a.m. You should go to bed. You're not gonna be missing much. Spooky will be pleased. Alright, if you are popping off, have a good night. Thank you for tuning in. And I think I'll be beating this game. You can catch the VOD if you so care to see how this adventure ends later on the channel of the YouTube. Are we D&Ding? Depends. Is that New Year's? I mean, I'm free, so I can. So we'll figure it out. I should be free. Oh. Well then, there was a jump there that I clearly needed to make. And I just decided to not. At least they know to put a 1-up right there. Oh, why would you put that there? Why would you think that this was a good thing to do? Also, okay, I now remember, I think I beat this level and that's like the end of the game. I don't think there's actually like really a boss. Oh, I just smacked my mic. I apologize for that. That probably sounds great on the recording. Wahoo! Here we go. Smack my mic up. You know what? I definitely did beat this when I played it more recently, and I just don't remember because the ending isn't that memorable. Ha ha ha. Did I forget to mention I've fenced off the correct path? That son of a gun, he did it. That tree looking... That, oof, he's just I'm heating up with anger. I'm gonna smack him like I smacked that mic. Here we go. It is kind of weird. This is like a maze. I'm gonna go out on a limb and grab some of this extra fruit just in case it's necessary. I don't know what this game is about right now. I don't know. Also, shows to Reflections on PS2. Kind of crazy. Alright. Game kind of ahead of its time. I mean, there is Reflections in other PS2 games, but still. To be honest, yeah, I mean, this doesn't look bad. I think I might have upscaled it to 1080p, but still, don't look that bad. Crash 1 on PS, okay. Crash 1, I mean, Crash 1 is a... How did that happen? How did that happen? I just walked and died immediately. Oh god, I have to listen to this again. Crash 1, yeah, no, Crash 1 is just like, or Crash in general is just like on PS1, is just like an unfair comparison because just how nice it is. Can I jump? No, I was gonna say, can I just jump down there? No, there's an invisible wall. I was gonna say. You creepy tree, haha. I've beaten you at last. Alright. Oh, I'm dying. Yoshi! Don't look under the bridge, you'll see that the model is clipping weird. Well, I think at this point I think it was kind of like, okay, we just gotta get this game over with. Just put in a stinky maze. You know what? Honestly, upon replaying, you're clipping weird. Upon replaying, whoa, if I was to replay that like lava stuff, it wouldn't be actually that bad now that I've done it, but on initial playthrough, on like a first time playthrough, it really does like kind of suck. It really sucks to play, like especially like difficulty wise. But now that I'm far enough away from that segment to cool down about it a bit, like playing it again, if I was to replay this, wouldn't be that bad. But on initial playing through of like not playing it in a while, yeah, no, that was not that fun to deal with. Thanks, camera. Reminds me of Valheim Swamps. Shows of Valheim, the game that everyone bought and played for a day. I thought the game was cool-ish. I think I would have probably had more fun playing it single player, honestly. I played it multiplayer with like a lot of people, and then people like made a bunch of progress without me. It's one of those things where it's like, people make a bunch of progress without you, and then if you play with too many people, you want to wait for them, and then if you have to wait for them, no one's ever on at the same time. Just kind of killed it. Here we go. Time to go. Turn around. Oh boy. Honestly, this level doesn't seem like that hard. I just like fell to my demise by like being lazy. Played regulated multiplayer, couldn't slay bosses without everyone. Oh, that's cool. I wonder if that was a newer feature. Was that always in the game? I'm not entirely sure if that was a thing when we played. We played pretty early when it was like the hype train. I don't know how you made it past the fence. Perhaps you do possess the brains and bronze to feed all my skeleton minions. Oh god, there's like a new mechanic. Look at the top right. There's 14 of them. Oh no. We only have 20 seconds. Butt bounce, activate. I probably should rev roll through them or something. I don't know if rev roll even hits them. I think it does. BB. Butt bounce. Oh god, I don't have time. No, they're over here. Did I just die? I just die. I have one left. I had one left. I had one left. Also, don't text box me while I'm mid-jump. It's not cool. At least I think it starts when you hit the first one. So you probably should start from the back and then work your way back here. Oh, that's bad. By missing that guy, it's just not good for the time. I really can't be missing. Okay, wait, they just spawn. I guess if I just went forward, they would just continuously spawn. Oh, okay. That wasn't that bad. But now what? Ow. Oh, it was just a unwritten rule. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I just played with like too big of a group. Is this it? Oh, okay. I just played with a big group and just none of us were on at the same time, like ever. If I play with like one other person or like two other people, then yeah. Or if I play by myself, then yeah. Also, it's like I didn't like that game that much. I'm a big Terraria head. I like that aspects of it because of that. You know, I got my Terraria. You can always play that. Okay, I gotta walk back and I've unlocked something. That's a scary jump. I think the reason the swamp is so scary is that it's so decrepit. It's like an OSHA violation. Swamps are a scary place. That's a good setting for any kind of horrific game or horror game. Because they're spooky. A swamp, if you just like step into a swamp in the middle of the night, you're just done. Like a gator's gonna get you or just gonna like sink. Not a place I want to be. Adds note to DM book. No, it's like perfect. Haunted swamp? Alright, here, make a swamp, right? Here's your DM setting. Swamp, haunted swamp, gators, skeleton gators too. Stuff like that. Have spirits or whatever in the swamp, like Metal Gear Solid, like with the end. Not the end, the other guy. You know who I'm talking. Whoa. Not the end, the other one. The other boss fight. I don't know what to do. I feel like if I go that way, if I jump... I think it wants me to jump to the left over there, but I will die. I don't know what to do. I don't trust it. I feel like it wants me to rev roll across. Okay, wait, there's another segment over here. I'll go this way. Perhaps this is the way I need to go. before I get too hasty. Yeah, I almost just walked into the death pit anyway and immediately died. Okay, there's some spooky men here. Okay, this maze is becoming very maze-like. I mean, it is a maze, but now now it is becoming very confusing. I don't know which way I don't know if I'm going the right way. There appears to be stuff. There's fruit over here. And like 1,000 one-ups. Well, there's like 1,000 one-ups over there. I don't know about over here. Oh boy. Yeah, no, gators. Undead gators for sure. Spectral gator. Okay. I just keep getting the feeling that they really want me to, like, do some crazy platforming. And I don't trust like that. I really don't trust like that. Okay, there's a checkpoint over there. I don't know how you're supposed to get over there. Do I could probably rev roll. It looks like you can jump onto that. It really looks like that's what they want me to do, but I'm gonna... that's my last resort. That's my Papa Roach moment right there. Spectral... a specter of an undead gator. Now you're thinking. Okay, how about a fog... and then you have fog that constantly rolling in the... you're getting lost. It's just sending you back to the same spot. You got the swamp fog. You got swamp monsters, you got plenty of stuff. Yeah, I'm in the open world section of this game. What is, like, what is this? There's all these branching paths. Why are they doing this to me? I don't... Okay, they put a checkpoint here. I was like, I don't know if I can even make that jump. There are jumps that I feel like I could make here. Oh. Oh, that's funny, where it spawns undead enemies where you kill the enemy. That's great. That's a great mechanic. I guess I can make that jump. It's pretty unclear, isn't it, game? Nope, guess I can't. Game would spawn a ghost of a skeleton. Yeah, it's a skeletal ghost. Am I supposed to try to rev roll, like, wing in a prayer, hope get across this? What does this game want from me? I don't think I could do it. I'll try. Oh my god, I can. I think that's what they literally wanted me to do. And I might have to do it again. This game is no chill. I don't think about the rev roll as like an... I really don't think of the rev roll as a utility like that to like jump across gaps. Like I just think about it as like, oh, use it on ramps. Like I really don't think about it like that in this game. And they make you use it like that all the time. In fact, I'm going across right here, and I'm gonna get all these one-ups. Look at this. Look at these bonuses. We got bonuses and we got bonasses, you know what I'm saying? This guy gets it. Wit indeed. There's a lot of fruit. I don't know if this was a bonus area or progression. I don't know anymore. I might have had to jump, use the rev roll to jump over something earlier. That might have just been a bonus. Who knows anymore? There are more dots, so I will follow them. What? Okay, this is... What? I don't even know how you made it. Yeah, I don't either. Wait, is this just what I did earlier? I'm so confused now. I think I looped back around or something. I don't know what happened. Test my brawn, why don't you? Okay, we did it. My brawn has been saved. I think I might have gone backwards somehow, and I don't know how exactly. No, I definitely did. Because remember we were here earlier. How did I do that? I think I have to do a rev roll jump across the pit somewhere. Jump to that light moat. I mean, I'll go in it. I think that teleported me here. I'll go in it. I'm pretty sure I went in that earlier at some point. Who knows? I just went around the entire universe. I think I had missed this earlier, which I was probably supposed to hit. There we go. I don't know why I didn't hit that. I was like, oh, it's probably part of a bonus. Well, whatever. We got to see that one area that we wouldn't have seen, and it was kind of neat because I figured out how to do the roll jump over it. I felt proud about that. It's gonna feel good to say that we beat this game, and I can put it in the little like Google Doc with a Google spreadsheet. I can just mark off that I did it. Also, wait a minute. I don't think we were supposed to get over here. That's where we got the checkpoint, by the way. I'm pretty sure we were supposed to... Yeah, we probably weren't supposed to go over here. So I don't know how we did it. We did a sequence... We did some sort of sequence break to get over here. Maybe you weren't supposed to do that kind of a jump across. I don't know. I think a sequence broke to get over here. Kinda pog. I'm actually like secretly good at... I'm actually so good at the game that I went the wrong way. And sequence broke over to this way. No, wait a minute. Now I'm over here. Okay, whatever. There's more buttons to be hit now. Okay, that unleashes a new pathway. I guess it is a little bit fitting for like the final boss of Pac-Man to be a puzzle, because they are puzzle games. I remember the Pac-Man Game Boy game was actually really good. Like, there's like a Pac-Man Adventure Game Boy game that has like all these different, like, it's like you can jump in it and stuff. Also, I just completely zoned out and missed where that was, so we'll figure that out. That game was actually a lot of fun. It was multiple levels and you would be able to jump over the ghosts and stuff, and there was like mechanics and like different things you could do. It was cool. Alright, jump me over. Jump me over, my friend. So I may hit this button, which may unlock some other button. Quite a few buttons going on here. Okay, there's a checkpoint over there. It's like I probably could get it if I did the rev roll. I'm gonna just not. I'm gonna just assume the buttons are gonna take me there. I bet I could get over there with the rev roll jump. But you know what? I don't trust like that. Alright, is it gonna take me to the checkpoint? Okay, it opened up another portal. Back here. Somewhere. There we go. There's a lot of portals going on, a lot of... Yeah, okay. I bet I could have totally just gotten over here with the rev roll. Saved us a lot of time. Oh yeah, wait a minute. This is literally where I was earlier. Oh, but this didn't spawn, so that's kind of the issue. Or maybe it was here, I just didn't see it. I could have just skipped the whole segment. We're too cool for our own good, you know? Sometimes you're cool like that. Pacman, you defeated my maze. It seems I am no match for you. Oh. My tree! Pacman, it was my tree! Is that it? We beat up his tree. Is that, or is there like one more, like, I think there's one more maybe of the exact same boss fight? Or is that it? Wait a minute. It might be one more of the exact same boss fight. Oh, never mind, that's it. Alright, game's over. Or wait, no. Look. Cutscene. I think we just kill him in the cutscene. I think there is no final boss. Pacman assembled all the fruits of destiny, and their combined power, he was able to get the fruit machine gun used to defeat the big bad. He's going Super Saiyan. Whoa. Look at this epic battle. I sure wish I was playing it. Yeah. I do think Gold Pac-Man is kind of neat. Oh wait, maybe I do play it. I don't remember. I can't remember if there's a final boss or not. It might just be a cutscene. I don't know. Wait, is there? Oh, there might be. Oh look, there is a little final boss. Pac-Man, your golden fruit can't save you. Taste the might of my meteor shower. Oh look at that, there is something here. I don't remember this. Now this is like the Kingdom Hearts, back to Kingdom Hearts. This is like a Kingdom Hearts final boss. Okay, there's the Bunga Man. Do I just kick him? Just kick him! Yes! Spooky with all of his magic can't outdeal just a dumb kick. Just kick him right in the ghost stem. With all of his wonderment. Oh my god. In prowess, he cannot outmatch my dumb pack nature. I am pack. Oh my god. I mean, it doesn't help that I'm bad at the game. And I'm just dying. I came here to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of ass. I came here to die like an idiot and die like an idiot, and I'm all out of idiots. I came here to get hit through a tree and not have fun, and I'm all out of trees. Kick. It is a pretty satisfying kick sound effect when you just whack him. Alright, it would appear that he eventually will do a little dance. And once he does his little dance like that, that's when I can kick him. Otherwise, I have to avoid his snowballs? Question mark? Which appear to be avoidable by just walking in a circle. Okay, I have to jump too. It's not enough to walk in a circle. I have to walk in a circle and jump. My guy, stop. Turn that man into goo. Those little, like, guys... Oh my god, now he's learning. He has an advanced AI that learns where I'm going. Oof. The meteor shower was apparently not enough. These fireballs will finish you off. Whoa, these fireballs. They probably will. Probably will immediately die. Whatever. Okay, there we go. This might spawn healing. There it did. Beautiful. At least he's giving me healing. He's nice enough to do that. Ow. Hit him. You gotta at least give him that credit. That he filled, or maybe Pac-Man's just eating the bodies of his enemies. Like he's eating like the legs off the spiders. For nutrients. For sustenance. For sustenance, but like emphasis on sus. You know what I'm saying? Okay, that was my chance to hit him, I think. Squandered. Wasted. Whoa, look at this. He's got crazy stuff going on. He's got more mechanics than a new League of Legends character pre-nerf. That's for all the League of Legends fans in my chat, question mark? I mean, any competitive game that you can buy characters in, it's applicable. Also, this golden power-up, I guess, I was like, it doesn't really make me feel that powerful. Maybe Spooky was so powerful that if I fought him without this power-up, I would have just died immediately. But, I mean, it would at least feel good if I, like, was able to fly around, like Supersonic or something. You know what I mean? Like, you'd think I would be able to do something cool. I'm just kicking him, which is kind of funny. Defeat me while you on a daze. Oh, is he gonna, like, invert my controls or something? Oh my god, he kind of did. Oh, he did. Yeah, he inverted my controls. And button controls, too. And now they're no longer inverted. Oh god. So he can he'll now just invert my controls every so often. Oh god, there's like a rev-rolling ram. Say that 3 times fast. Oh god, rev-rolling ram, get away. I can't. Fire. Brimstone. I honestly thought this game did not have a final boss. Maybe the GameCube one doesn't or something? I played the PS2 one, and I never... Oh god. When I recently revisited, I had played the... Oh my gosh. Okay, GameCube one. I was just about to kick him, and he just hit me. I was walking up to kick him, and he just hit me. Oh, wow. Oh. It was so close. He's being a little bit extra, don't you think? With his 1,000 attacks. And his ability to hit in front of me. He could stand to chill a little bit. Oh my god. The attack that, like, distinctly hits directly in front of me is just so rough. Alright. I honestly forgot there was a final boss in this game, so I'll give him that. And at least it isn't the same exact boss for the 100th time. I have to give them some credit. Okay, thank you. At least the enemies do give me health, so I gotta really try to get it. And avoid getting hit by literally... Oh my god, every single attack he did. I can't see now. And my controls are inverted. My controls not only invert, but they invert when the camera, like, changes, and the buttons are inverted. Oh boy. He's one of those bosses where I just need to know his, like, exact pattern to beat him. Just immediately take damage. Ow. That one hits where I am. This next one hits where I'm going to be, basically. Now he's dancing. I don't even think I can even kill the rams. I think I have to ram into them for them to die. And I really don't think I can do that. during this. I think I maybe can get an early hit on him here. Okay. I don't trust like that. I'm serpentining now. Okay, I think the white one actually goes behind me. There's also like spike bushes on the ground, as if that's an insult to injury. There's like literally like just spiked bushes. Yeah, okay. There's the white one. Spawned the ram. Which I'm gonna try to stomp on. No, you have to ram him. Okay. That's what I figured. I should... the tree doesn't... I was gonna say I should use the tree more. The tree doesn't really do anything to help me. Kill me, thank you. Please don't hit me, ram. Oh god. The ram. The ram beckons for me. Die. Thank you. The ram was calling out my name, but we said no. We're killing the Shovel Knight wannabe.
Will not be imprisoned again. Curse you.
Yo, think again, buddy.
Will free me again.
Nah, it's chill. It's chill. We did it. You know what? That final boss wasn't too bad. At least it wasn't like those like the standard boss. They make you fight 4 times in a row. That sucks. That final boss, kind of nice. You know what? I'm glad I went back to play this again. As much as the lava levels are kind of awful, I had a reasonable good time playing the rest of the game.
Did he say that we'd free him again?
Now we can vibe to the bangin' OST of this game, which that's something you can't deny. The soundtrack's pretty bangin'. Yeah, stock crowd.wav play. What a Pac-Man moment. And all was good in Pac-Land. Goodbye. Everyone say bye to Pac-Man. Creepy Pac dog. Goodbye, Pac-Man. And with that, I will end my stream. Go to sleep, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. I'll catch you later. Let's save. Good night.